Servus YouTube, today I'm here alone because I'm talking about Homeland, a show Amanda hasn't caught up with yet. So I'm gonna do this alone and let's hope she'll be here for the season finale. Obviously in this video will be spoilers for the first 2 episodes of season 4 and of course the series in general, because I'm gonna talk about what happened before as well, because it's kinda necessary. So firstly I'd like to say, as like a disclaimer again, I think Homeland is genius. It's one of my favorite TV shows, as you can see. So I'm not going to be criticizing the style and the writing as much, but focus on the plot and my expectations. And sorry for mixing up the first 2 episodes because I watched them at once, so I don't really know where they split, so it's just one thing for me. I gotta say, the first few minutes kinda had me confused because the whole drone and killing thing didn't get to me right away, but I think I got to it fairly quickly, so I have to say the whole Carrie sending that drone out thing kinda scared me because I wasn't used to her being in that cold-blooded murder CIA kind of thing anymore, because I just rewatched season 2 and she's like not in the job anymore and she's just far away from that kind of thing, so that kind of shocked me. But I guess, I mean, it's Homeland. The point where Sandy was killed, when he was like ripped from that car and stomped to death, that really shocked me, and I literally was actually crying because that was just so shocking to me, and I realized that that's kind of quite a real thing, like something like that could happen in these countries. So that kind of shocked me, like Homeland always does. That's what I love about the thing. But I gotta say, the general plotline with the bombing of the wedding and then the being beaten and stomped to death, that it's just really intense. It's a really intense plotline, and I really didn't expect that from the first episode on. Though I gotta say, the scene after Sandy got killed and they drove back and they got out of the car, I think that scene was really done quite well, because it really showed the different psychological statuses of Carrie and Quinn, because Carrie like didn't care at all because she was really cold, and I mean she went through a lot of shit in the first 3 seasons, so I think it kind of makes sense that she's quite cold and kind of used to the thing with like dad and blood and I don't know. But Quinn, like, really, I mean in that scene he didn't go crazy, he just kind of couldn't like work through what just happened. But later on, when they were back in the US, I thought it was quite interesting how he went mad and like violent and aggressive. That was just, I mean, it was realistic, and I thought just the difference between the two was quite interesting. But I don't want to talk about the whole Quinn situation too much, because his like relationship, encounter, whatever with that woman, I thought it was, I mean, it was cute and stuff, but I just think it was kind of weird and didn't really make sense to me and just felt out of place. I mean, it showed his aggressive side, I guess, but like the rest was just kind of yeah to me. And then of course that guy who lost his family in the bombing, I think his plotline is gonna be quite interesting, because at first I gotta say I was quite suspicious, thinking he's gonna be the next terrorist and like big villain kind of thing in this season. But as we got to know more about him, that kind of went away a bit, and I'm just interested in what's gonna happen to him, especially after the last scene, which I'm gonna talk about in a few seconds. And actually the video that was shown where we like got to see pieces every now and then that he shot with like his phone or something from the actual bombing, I thought that was really heartbreaking, because there were these little girls dancing and stuff, and then that bomb strikes. Dude who lost his family, he's got that weird pal, and I really don't like him, the guy who leaked the video to the internet. Like, why would he do that? I mean, as a friend, that's such a not cool thing to do, because I think the whole bombing was really, really hard on the other guy. So, I don't know, I thought that sucked really bad, and I don't like that guy. But I really didn't get the last scene, when he was like attacked or robbed or whatever, when he was sleeping, and they took his laptop, I think, and kind of beat him and stuff. Like, that was really weird. I didn't get it. I don't know, did you get it? I'll leave it in the comments. And then when the robber people were gone and he set up and saw his pal, I don't know, did that mean anything? Was it his pal? Like, has he got anything to do with that? I really don't know. I really didn't get it. Let's wait for episode 3 please tell me if you got it. So I think that's all I want to say about the political situation right now. So let's focus more on Carrie and her private situation. Of course, the main part in Carrie's life right now is her baby, because it's just suddenly there. We didn't get anything from her being pregnant suddenly to her having the baby already had and left it and leaving it in America and stuff. So that's a big thing. But firstly, I gotta say that I actually really miss Brody. I mean, I know a lot of people saw it coming and saw it as necessary, and I see why it would be necessary to have an interesting plot for next seasons, but I still miss him, and I hope the show is gonna continue in an interesting way and doesn't have that huge like hole because he's not there anymore. I have to say that I did kind of expect or had hoped to see Carrie interact with the baby more, because I mean that's actually what I was interested in this season, what I hoped to get a lot of, but as of now it doesn't look like that, but we'll see. And actually the baby looks a lot like Brody. I mean, the hair and stuff, it was just like, I miss you, why you do this? But I mean, they did kind of hint at the, I don't know, dislike, I guess, Carrie has for that baby in the last season when she didn't even want to keep it and stuff. But still, I mean, it's there now, so I hope they interact more in the next episodes. And as well, I think that the relationship between Carrie and her sister is quite interesting, because, I don't know, they obviously love each other, and her sister does all these things for her, but they still kind of can't stand each other and can't work with each other and can't work their problems out. So I hope we get more of their relationship in the next episodes, in relation to the baby and all that stuff. You know what I'm talking about. When Carrie came back to the US, I actually hoped, and I kind of thought that she would like operate from the US again and like interact more with her child, and like that it's just all getting more like everyday life, and I don't know, just more of a family kind of thing, and not like her being in Afghanistan or Pakistan, I think, and her family being in the US and like they Skype at night or something. I had hoped to see more of an actual living people contact, if you know what I mean. But I mean, when she like kind of tried to drown her baby, it became quite obvious that that's not gonna happen. But I mean, that was really shocking, because like, what the fuck? I mean, when she like kind of tried to drown her baby, it became quite obvious that that's not gonna happen. But I mean, that was really shocking, because like, what the fuck? I mean, I knew that she isn't happy to have a baby and she doesn't really want to do all these mother-daughter things with her child. But I mean, drowning her, really? Was that really necessary? When in the evening her sister came back and she acted like nothing at all had happened, and she just sat there all day with her baby. Like, I don't know, it's just like, it's the relationship again where you don't know what's gonna happen next, and like, if they see what they're doing to each other. I don't know, it's just like quite a lot of tension there, I guess. Battery's about to die, so I gotta go quick about the rest of the video. I also would have loved to see the dad's point of view, because Carrie's dad, I mean, he's sick like Carrie, and I mean, I think he passes a lot of time with Carrie's daughter as well, and I just have liked to see how he thinks about Carrie being back and Carrie leaving again, and how she treats her daughter and all these kind of things. But I think the most emotional scene for me, at least, was when Carrie took the baby to see Brody's house, because, I mean, Brody, I mean, he was messed up, she was messed up, they were really bad for each other, but he still was kind of the rock for her. Like, he was a constant in her life, kind of, in their special way. So when she told the baby about him and told the baby that she doesn't really want the baby since he's dead, that was really emotional to me, and it was really sad, actually. Like, the way she thinks about the whole situation. That was, I don't know, not cool to me. I don't know. In general, I think the 4th season of Homeland has a lot of potential. I loved the first 2 episodes. I think it's gonna be a great season. I'm looking forward to seeing Carrie react to all the different aspects of her life, like right now, like the baby, like her job, like the people around her, Quinn, and all these kind of things. So I'm kind of interested, because I mean the last scene when Quinn told her it wasn't about her, that was quite like tensiony, so I'm interested in seeing what's coming that way. Because I mean the first 2 seasons were great, the 3rd season was super fucking weird and not really that good, I think. So I hope that it's getting better and uphill, and I'm excited. So I will see you soon. There are a lot of TV shows coming back right now for their new seasons, so see you soon. Until then, Geronimo.